Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to Rise of the Phoenix. My name's Dave, DLC Dave, and well, it's been a very interesting summer. Very interesting summer. We're at the first game today. As you can see, we're playing Forest Green in the Vanarama National, as I like to call it. And yeah, it's been a interesting summer. Very interesting summer. I'll go through what's happened, but first off, as you can see, this episode is called Look Who's Back. Now you might be wondering who could that be? And it's something that I'm very excited to bring you. I'll show you this. I'll show you this first off. Boom. There he is. Adam Elms has returned to the club on loan for the season. I wanted a midfielder, and this makes absolute perfect sense to be able to bring him in. We know him. He knows us. He's a club legend. I mentioned at the end of that the last episode that I would love to bring him in. We're part of his favourite club. I'm his favourite manager. It just all fits together. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful, and I'd love to be able to just sort of keep loaning him in through the years, and maybe one day even sign him. But that's obviously some way along the line. I did look at the possibility of bringing in Regan Cole and Ronaldo Boyce, but they are playing Premier League football. In fact, if I show you Ronaldo Boyce, he has developed incredibly well. At 20 years old, he's playing regular under 21 appearances. He is a good Premier League right winger in my opinion. So it's going to be a long time, I think, before we have a chance at bringing him in. So yeah, just one thing. If you may hear some noise, then the house next door is getting some building work done on it. They've been drilling intermittently throughout the morning. So I wasn't too sure whether to actually make a video today because of that, but it's just a little bit out of my control, unfortunately. So if you do hear some noise, I'll try and cut it out where I can, but I'm not able to do too much. So transfers. So obviously I've shown you the one in that we've had, a loan signing for the year out. There's been no big ones actually leaving. The ones that I talked about letting go, I've let go. So Ryan Williams has left the club. He's still a free agent. Sean Long has gone. He's signed for Maidstone. Matt Good, unfortunately, he's gone. He signed for Grimsby, who were in League Two. Good transfer, good move for him. Jordan Jones, Robbie Roberts. So a lot of these now are just players you won't really recognise. Tom Anderson left the club for a little bit of money, £800 to 1,000. Just someone who wasn't going to get any game time. Turned 30. He left to Hartlepool, who are in the same division as us. So we'll come up against him at some point in the season. And really, the big news is the fact that all of our players pretty much are wanted. It's been an incredible window of constant bids and rejections and issues and problems. George Jennison is likely to have caused a real problem in wanting to leave. Some good news. I mean, we have had to pay some big wages out. I will point that out, but we managed to get Matthew Johnson to sign a new deal on an extortionate wage of £5,000 a week. But he's here for 3 years, and by the time that 3 years is up, I think it'll prove to be a very, very good bit of business. We really did need to keep him because we don't have too many options at the back. That's why Lane Love is still knocking about, even though he's not amazing. He's okay. But outside of Dennison and Johnson and Hutchins is on his way back, but is a few weeks short of being anywhere near the squad. Without those players, we would be probably in a bit of trouble at the back, really. We've got Jimmy Gale, who's coming on well and is good cover for all the positions. He's a really useful player to have. We've also got Adam Kane who can play left back, but I'm not totally convinced. His tackling's gone up to 5 already, which is good. Up to 4.8, so he's working on that. He's improving on that. That's good. If that gets to around, I don't know what's reasonable, 9 or 10 maybe. I reckon he would really then start being a good option at left back for us. His marking's okay at 8. His heading, he's a short guy, isn't he? He's not. Maybe he's not best defensively, but tackling is never a bad thing to improve on when you're playing as even as an attacking player. You can always work on winning the ball back. So yeah, so we managed to get Matthew Johnson to a contract, and I think big news is we may be able to get Dan Ryder to sign a new deal. You see, we had a brief discussion earlier in the summer where I was surprised to see that he was willing to talk, but he wanted before he broke down the promises screen because he wanted a minimum fee release clause, and I'm really hesitant to put that in. So it may be if we can get that release clause high enough, I will do it. But if not, then I don't. I'm not sure. So his contract runs out at the end of the year, and even if we can't agree a contract in the summer, I'm willing to wait until January before I let him go. I'm not going to go for free. That would be madness. And obviously, the clubs interested in him are ridiculous. We've had bids from Chelsea, Arsenal. We've had bids of 5 million. That's what I want for him really. If we're going to sell him, we've had bids of 3.5, £4 million for him, and he's still developing fantastically. I actually think he could play for England. That's my real ambition for the lad. And I think, yeah, I'm hopeful for the first time that I think he could sign a contract for us. So yeah, we also had a bit of drama with Paul Herbert. So he's wanted by 17 clubs as well. But he signed one of those lovely deals where he's here for 3 years and then we've got another 3 years on it. So sorry, mate. And now a bid was made. I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been by Southampton. And the board went over my head and accepted it. Now I was not best pleased by that. So I went to them, protested, and eventually I went through a few options where they said it's a good deal, it's a good deal, the money's good. Eventually, I was able to say like I can't stress how important that option on the board request screen, and they eventually said that they were happy to relent. Basically, speaking of the board, there have been some news. We have relaid the pitch that was confirmed middle of last season. That's been done now, so the pitch condition is now perfect. We are expanding the stadium again. I think there must be some requirement because it's going up to 4,000 seats, which would be nice. So that'll be done at the end of this month, so in 2 weeks actually. And then we are also improving the training facilities. We got some information through saying that our training facilities have basically gone backwards because of the technological advances in the world. So I asked the board, and that's cost 2.5 million, which is why the balance is dropped a fair amount, and they're currently making a loss. Basically, that's why. But yeah, we're in good shape. Obviously, there's some players who are unhappy. Paul Herbert being one because he wanted to leave. George Anderson being another one. Chris Hinton's also had a bit of interest. Peacock has also had a little bit of something, but we were able to talk them round. Really, Skinner's another one. But by and large, Matthew Johnson is happy for the first time since I think I've been here, which is it's just crazy. You signed the deal. It's a huge amount of money to pay. I'm not sure if anybody will be on that amount of money in this league. I'm not sure if there's a way to check. It generally looks to be that the biggest players are on about 2,000 a week, so we are paying big wages to Matthew Johnson. But as I say, we're not spending anything on transfer fees ever. So yeah, I feel like was that say Felipe Melo? No, different Felipe Melo. I was going to say. I was my head spun for a second. Yeah, so I think we are paying a huge amount of money comparatively in this league, but we're not actually spending a great deal anyway in general. It's just one player who I feel is just too important to miss out on. Also, Gary Espinosa, really because we are lacking options at the back, to be honest, and we have to have these players. If we didn't have Gary Espinosa, it would be a case of well, it'd have to be Adam Kane playing there, which is not amazing. So I think that brings you up to date with everything that's gone on. We've had a lot of interest and a lot of players. Every time I click continue, there's always a bid coming in, but I've been able to reject every single one. Players have been a little bit arsey at times, but I'm really pleased to get Matthew Johnson to a new deal. I didn't think that was going to happen, but he came to me saying he was set to stay, and I immediately went in for a contract. And I tried to basically I was just determined not to have a release clause in there. So to get him for 3 years I think is fine. Because by the end of that 3 years, as I say, I think it'll prove that he is probably on a relatively small amount for where we are at the end of those 3 years, if that makes sense. And I'm hopeful for the first time that Dan Ryder may sign a new deal because he's still only on that part-time contract that he signed when he first joined the club. So if we can get him on a full-time contract, that means he hasn't even been training full-time. He could have another job. He could be at Tesco, for all we know. But he's on a part-time deal. It's just ridiculous, really. I am, for the first time, I am hopeful. So as the team on the screen today is what we're going to go with. So I'll show you that now. Unfortunately, Luke Peacock is suspended. picked up bookings in the last game of last season, and Josh Hutchins is obviously still a few weeks away, but even then he's nowhere near obviously sharpness. So it'll take him probably until middle September before he gets back in the swing of it. So the team today is Bradford in goal. We have Johnson, Dennison, Lane Love and Espinosa at the back. Adam Elms is back in midfield. Not his attacking midfield, which is where I'd rather play him, but with Peacock being out, I feel like he is the best option. So he's in the midfield there with Chris Sinton. Paul Herbert on the right, with Phillips and Smith in behind the main man, Dan Ryder. So we're going to get into the game. We are playing Forest Green Rovers. Now I am really interested. The board obviously wants us to go up again. That seems to be just their normal explanation, normal idea. But looking at that, I am more confident, to be honest. If that's their starting striker. Great name, but not best stability. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm confident. I'm not, yeah. Chris Hackett? Is that Carl Hackett? Okay, regen. I think we should probably still win this league, but it's becoming less and less of a given for me, to be honest. So we're going to do the team talk, and we're going to get into the game. So it's Phoenix Sports Football Club against Forest Green Rovers. Martin, for old times.
And it's live.
Right then, let's get into this. And we're both wearing green. Not ideal. They're wearing a lighter shade. We're in a slightly darker one, but we're shooting from right to left, I believe. So far, it's been action packed, hasn't it? I mean, 25 minutes played, and we do have a corner here that floats it in. Smith can retrieve from the clearance, and that's going to come to Espinosa. I'm really having to focus on what the names more than anything to try and see, because I can't tell that much who's what. But Nathan Smith has a chance, and Nathan Smith scores. He was found very, very well. I think Chris Sinton put the ball through to him. See, Johnson cuts inside, plays it to Sinton. First time, just laid it through, and he had the space to just calmly slot it past the keeper. Bit similar to his Wembley goal in the last episode. Nice finish across the keeper, and we take the lead, 1-0. It's been a decent performance from us. Obviously, we've only seen us score that goal, but I think it's been decent. It's not been too bad. We're going into half time, looks like. We do have Paul Phillips picked up a damaged heel. I think we'll bring on Ben Beachy at half time. It's going okay, but they can do better. There's no doubt about it. I haven't seen anything of Ryder, Herbert, really. Phillips before his injury, we haven't seen a great deal of. So hopefully we can continue, but also improve. I'm going to kick off the second half and get that out of the way. And yeah, there you go. So we've got a highlight early on. Dennison has it. He finds Paul Herbert across to Sinton. Nathan Smith is tackled. Hackett can now bring it away, but Espinosa does a good job there. Now, what can he do? Alms trying to find Ryder. A little bit too direct, really. Beachy picks it up. Can he slip it into Herbert or maybe take a shot himself? A little bit. Ooh, that's a stadium being expanded. Yeah, that shot was not the best, really. A little bit wayward. But another highlight. A little bit more action packed this start of the second half, thankfully. So Dennison has it. He finds Johnson into Herbert, who crosses it wide to Sinton. Tries to find Smith. Wasn't the best ball to him. Probably should have gone into feet, and they can try and bring it away. They seem to be quite solid for a screen, but I haven't seen anything of them going forward. I'll probably just curses now, but hopefully not. Yeah, and yes, I have curses. Yeah, definitely a goal. Okay, Giancarlo Gabbiadini. I mean, it's a cracking name, but it's the first time we've seen anything from them. It's a good move. Cole Hackett played a really good ball over to them. Two players have I highlighted actually at the start of the game, Hackett and Gabbiadini. Players that I looked at, and they both combined to score a goal. Right. So what can our response be? I'm not happy. I would not be pleased with drawing this game if this is what it ended up being. Well, like that's a red card. I mean, Dale Bennett has just gone in absolutely, just gone in late, high definition of a red. So now we're going to make changes. What do we do? I think I'm going to put Herbert up front. I'm going to bring on Holdsworth on the right hand side. He's done well for me in pre-season. I'm happy with what he's been able to do. I'm going to bring on Adam Kane as a left back because I feel like he is a more attacking option. I'm going to tell the players assertively get creative. Little Bood reference. Come on now, we can win this game. I mean, we should have we should have absolutely cleaned up really, but we've had 9 long shots. They've really have held firm and stopped us creating anything close to goal. But there's a chance here. Herbert has it. He crosses it in. Surely that's offside. I'm not even celebrating. Yeah, he looked offside, and I think he definitely was offside. Come on, guys. 5 minutes to play. It's ticking down. Can we create one more chance? One more chance. Oh, there is a highlight. Come on. Elms feeds it forward to Herbert. That's the option we have when he's up front to go more direct, to go a bit longer to him. Elms has it again. He finds Sinton to Herbert. Okay, Smith has it. It's a post. This is not meant to be, is it today? This game is not gone our way. The only time they come forward, they've scored, and I think we're going to start off the season unless something crazy happens. Never know. Start off the season with a 1-1 draw. Not ideal. They were a bit unlucky, but well, I'm not. We shouldn't have given them the chance to be lucky. We should have taken that away from them. So we start off with a 1-1 draw. Not great, but yeah, we're in a higher league, and it's gonna be a tough task this year, I think. 5 to 6 days, so we probably will miss the Tranmere game. But where will we pick it up? I think I like the idea of doing Hartlepool. Just because to my mind, they're a fairly big club. They're probably the biggest club we'll have faced in the league so far. So I like the idea of playing Hartlepool. It'll also give us a chance to get into the season, play 5-6 games. So yeah, I think that'll be where I pick it up. I also want to say a big thank you to well, everyone really. We've hit 10 subscribers for the first time, which I'm really excited about. I'm so pleased. And when does getting a new subscriber stop feeling so humbling? Really, it's fantastic. Fantastic. I am loving YouTube. It's given me a completely new lease of life on Football Manager. So it's great. It's great to see people actually subscribing and commenting and liking the videos. So. To that end, if you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 20 subs next. Why not? Let's do it. Follow me on Twitter at DLCDave1, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.